Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have Pate Kode recipe for you. Some call it Pate Chotier. Pate Kode is what I really know it as. For the filling I will be using herring, smoked herring, boiled eggs, and hot dog. You don't have to use all three, you may use one or the other. It's all up to you, whatever your preference is. So I didn't have time, I forgot to soak my herring overnight. So one other thing you could do is boil it for 10 minutes. You change the water, you put it in the pot, and then after 5 minutes after it's boiled, you change the water, you add cleaner water to it, and then to get rid of the salt. So let's go ahead and prepare the dough. This is 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper. This is something I saw my grandmother doing when I was younger, so it's kind of like an old recipe. So I am also using lard to soften the dough a little bit so it's not as hard. I'm using 3 tablespoons of lard. You don't want to use too much, you gotta be a little bit easy on the lard. If you're using butter, use 3 tablespoons of butter, a tablespoon per cup, 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm gonna go ahead and crumble the lard with the flour. If you have a butter cutter, you can use that, but hey, I got my hands, so I'm gonna use my hands. So you will need about 1 cup of water and 1 teaspoon of salt. So once the lard is all crumbled up, you're gonna go ahead and add the water and form a dough. So once you've made your dough, you're gonna go ahead and knead it for about 5 to 10 minutes, not too long. And after you knead your dough, go ahead and place it back in the bowl and put a little bit of oil over it so it doesn't become dry, and then cover it with a plastic or wet towel. Whichever one works will just work as fine. I use a plastic bag, a plastic wrap. That also, I didn't have plastic wrap, so because I'm just doing me. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and make the pickles. This is the quick pickles for the patty. It's not like regular pickles. So I'm using 1.5 cup of cabbage, 1/4 cup of carrots, half of an onion, a small onion, and half of a small red bell pepper. And this is, I added 1 tablespoon of Maggi seasoning cube and 1 teaspoon of that all-purpose chicken seasoning. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Okay, and this is my hot pepper sauce that I made, my Caribbean hot pepper sauce. It is super spicy and delicious. So I am adding half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm using vinegar, distilled vinegar. So this is half a cup of distilled vinegar. So go ahead and mix it out and let it sit aside for a few minutes. It's better when it sits longer, but hey, we don't have all that time. So go ahead and stir it, make sure everything is stirred properly and evenly coated, and then set it aside. Oh, I almost forgot. I added some tomatoes too, just for extra juice, you know, extra moisture in the patty. Anyways, yeah, add some tomatoes too if you like. If you don't, that's fine. You can also add green bell peppers or purple onion, whatever vegetable that you like between the peppers. So go ahead and set aside now. So now we're gonna go ahead and prepare the herring. So I'm gonna start by adding 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil to the hot pan. hot pot, whatever that is, I don't know, chaudière. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my herring to it, to the hot oil. And then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of Epis. I will leave a link for my for the Epis recipe that I have. And stir it real quick and keep stirring it, okay, because so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then I'm using some sour orange juice. If you don't have that, you may use lime. This is 1 tablespoon of sour orange juice that I added to that. You may use half of a lime because you don't want too much acidity in it. Just want it to be enough, okay? And this is again my hot pepper, so I'm adding about half of a tablespoon, not too much because it's really spicy. Herring gotta be spicy. If it's not spicy, I don't want it. And for this one, I'm adding 1 teaspoon because you know the herring already has salt, even though we remove some of the salt, but it still got a little bit of salt in there. So you want to go really slow, really gentle, light-handed on the seasonings because you don't want to have an ocean. You're gonna be eating an ocean. Anyway, so go ahead and stir it real quick, and this is about done. Okay, so let's go ahead and set it aside and get to the other stuff, get to the filling, get to the pate making, the fun stuff. So this is my dough. You see, after I let it sit for a few minutes, you see how nice it looks. It's really soft and ready to be fried. So let's go ahead and make the patty, fill it up. So go ahead and cut a piece of the dough. You're gonna flatten it like that, just like so. Or you may use a roller and just, use a roller, but it's not necessary. You should just do that. It's so much easier and way less mess to clean up after. So once you do it like that, you got it flatten up and stuff. You're gonna go ahead and add the fillings, whichever one you like. If you like eggs only, just add the eggs only. If you like hot dog only, add hot dog only. If you want just vegetable, then make it vegetarian. If you want herring, just make it herring. Put herring in it. So I'm doing all 3 fillings because this Pate Kode brings a lot of memories. This is something we buy going to school, back home, going to school in the morning. This is something we buy on our way to school to eat. It's the best thing ever. It's like one of my favorite things. I've never met anyone in my life that doesn't like pate. And the day I meet someone that doesn't like pate, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, once you fill it up, you just go ahead and make sure you really close the edges. You press them really hard, make sure there's no holes, because if there's a little hole, then the fluid from the inside is gonna get into the oil, and then you may get burned. And I don't think you're gonna get burned. Trust me, you don't. And you go ahead and repeat with the same process. Now just put the fillings in and then close it up and then put it in the hot oil, and then there you go. Pate chaudière, pate Kode. So once you've made all your patties, look how good this looks. You're gonna go ahead and I am using, honestly, I don't know, it's a lot of oil. You need a lot of oil because you're frying. It's a deep frying, so you need a lot of oil. This probably 20 ounces of oil, so you need about that much or a little bit more. It's up to you. So you go ahead and add the oil. This is on medium-high heat. It should be about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, make sure the edges are sealed properly before you put in the pan, the oil, so there's no mess and no injuries. So you go ahead and put in the hot pan. So the thing with the patty, if your oil's gotta be the right temperature, because you don't want it to be too hot, you don't want it to be too not hot enough. So when it starts getting golden, like brown, golden like that, you go ahead and flip it side, and this could take 3 minutes. Depends on the size of your patty. It may take 5 minutes. And if you have not, please subscribe for more. Thank you. Anyways, like I was saying, when it's this color, you go ahead and get it out. It's most likely cooked. If your oil is at the right temperature, it will be just fine. Anyways, I'm gonna take it out now because it's good. Don't leave it too long because I kind of burned some of them because I was like occupied with doing something else, because I was actually trying my air fryer, and I did one in my air fryer and it came out really good. So I'm never frying patties again. I'm always going to the air fryer now. So go ahead and finish frying the rest, and this is the finished product, and I'm telling you, it's bomb. It's really good, you guys. This is how I know how to make it. This is what I seen growing up. This is how my family make. This is what my grandmother used to make. My grandmother had a restaurant, so I am using really old good recipes. Okay, this is not something I just pulled out of my you know what, but yeah, this is good stuff. So you may do it like that, or you may do it a way that's better for you. It's all up to you. Yeah, it's bomb. It's delicious. Like I said, don't let yours get burned like mine did a little bit. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this recipe. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you do try it, let me know. And if you have not, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you, and I'm really grateful for all the support that I've been getting. I am so excited for what's to come, and thank you very much. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.